So have things changed on the ground since talks happened yesterday? Well, these crucial talks that happened, dialogue finally between Ukraine and Russia aimed at ending hostilities, didn't have any sort of breakthrough. There was no headway that was achieved. Officials of both warring nations returned from Belarus, which is where this meeting happened. They're going to be regrouping 2 days later for the second round of talks. This time it's likely to happen on the Poland-Belarus border. It was a 3.5-hour-long meet that happened yesterday. Ukraine made its stand very, very clear that it wants immediate withdrawal of all Russian troops, including, interestingly, from Crimea and from Donbass. Even as the meeting took place, Russia made its intent very, very clear, because during this meeting, the 3.5-hour-long duration, there was intensified shelling that was reported in eastern parts of Ukraine. Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky also signed an application, which is what you see on your screens there, for the membership of Ukraine to join European Union amid the siege alert in the capital city of Kyiv. You, meanwhile, also had the 11th emergency session of the UN General Assembly on the Ukraine-Russia conflict that's going to be resuming today. Yesterday, UNGA called for immediate ceasefire at Ukraine, saying diplomacy and dialogue should prevail.
The Security Council addressed the issue of the Russian war against Ukraine, and the decision was not adopted due to the obvious reason. The country attempting to occupy Ukraine since 2014 has occupied the seat of the Council permanent member since 1991. Therefore, we do not accept the Russian logic that the Security Council was unable to act due to one-sided and unbalanced approach. The only guilty party is the Russian Federation.
Enough is enough. Soldiers need to move back to their barracks, and leaders need to move to peace. Civilians must be protected. International humanitarian and human rights law must be upheld. The sovereignty, independence, and territorial integrity of Ukraine within its internationally recognized borders must be respected, in line with General Assembly resolutions. Yesterday, Russian nuclear forces were put on high alert. This is a chilling development. The mere idea of a nuclear conflict is simply inconceivable.
For nearly 200 hours now, Russia's been going all out to take over Ukraine. We've been getting a non-stop coverage for the last 200 hours almost. Delegations of both countries, as I just mentioned, met in Belarus. But the world's eyes right now are on two men: Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, and Volodymyr Zelensky, the Ukrainian president. Both leaders have sent out very strong messages, because this is also all about psychological warfare. Both are very resolute in their stance. They're refusing to blink. On one hand, you have Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, back to nuclear saber-rattling, telling his defense minister to put his country's nuclear triad on standby, on alert duty. Putin also spoke to French President Emmanuel Macron, telling him that there's going to be no compromise as far as Russia's legitimate security interests are concerned. He's reiterated his demand of what he calls demilitarization and denazification of Ukraine. Now, the Ukrainian president believes that his country right now has the upper hand, that Russia hasn't been able to go about their military operation as they planned. And that's why he's in return sent out a massive warning, asking Russian soldiers to save their lives, to drop their weapons, and to leave Ukraine. Zelensky has also signed an application for EU membership. He's reminded the people of his country that each of them is a warrior. That was in his last public address to his people.